to another video, lovely souls. The first thing I am hearing is show the world your real self. And I want to just say story time real quick. I want to go in a bit about myself. When I was young, most of my life until I had an awakening, to be honest, I always felt like something was wrong with me. And I always felt like I didn't fit in no matter what. And that was weird. And that people didn't understand me. And I mean, nobody understood me. There were few I was able to really connect with being my true self. But there wasn't really many, right? But I'd always felt like I didn't want to be here on this planet. Even at home, everywhere I went, no one understood me. Over time, this made me very angry, of course. And it made me start to not like myself. And when I started to look back deeper, I started to get in more clarity. And I just want to go straight into feeling like when you feel like nobody understands and gets you. When you feel like it's almost seems impossible, although it's not, to find someone like-minded to you. And there are people out there who are like-minded. And I just feel like I'm supposed to just dive right into this feeling of beliefs. So I grew up with these certain beliefs that I carried. And those beliefs that I carried when I was younger, growing up, all the way to being an adult till I had an awakening, kept me from being my true self. I really can look around and see how when we lack the knowledge of what we are now able to access, we didn't have that knowledge there for us back then to actually understand energy like we are today. And I realized whatever people seem to find unfamiliar, they don't like it. They knock it, right? And so if you're someone who seems unfamiliar being your true self to people, they won't like it. They knock it. And they'll try to pull you to being the person that they want you to be. And even it happened to me so much in my life, and I always thought it was the right way to be. I didn't really never know how to be. But I know being all these different, wearing these different masks, shall I say. I feel like I was being many different people, right? Because I was being who such and such wanted me to be, who such and such wanted me to be, who such and such wanted me to be. And I used to wonder, why can't I just be the same person around everybody? Why does it seem to be so challenging to be the same person around everybody? And it took for me to continuously have an awakening to get the clarity and the understanding of this. So the message today is to truly open up and be your true self and show the world you. I heard no matter what you've gone through, no matter what you've been through, I heard no matter whatever shame or guilt that is there, just look at why that shame and guilt is there so you can get the understanding that you deserve, lovely soul. I also have this question of, did you used to get up every day and look for that familiar person yourself and wonder why you couldn't be the same person every day? And since you couldn't be that same person every day, that made you feel down, and you may have said the words, I don't feel like myself today, right? And that's because you're not feeling like that familiar self. And I realized over time in life, we continuously keep looking for that familiar self. We wake up looking for something that reminds us of that familiar self. So this is for me, it made it seem like all I wanted to do was be that person all the time, and I never wanted to change, right? It really kind of closed me off from opening up to any changes that were needed within myself. When I first had an awakening and I knew I had to change my energy and I had to change myself and all that stuff, I didn't want to change myself. I felt that this was always me, and it's the identity that I've always known, and that's all I ever knew. And I did not want to change myself because there were actually good qualities as well that I carried that I did not want to change, right? And so I think it comes to the fact that we're always looking for that familiar self, looking for that familiar feeling of ourselves. So when change does come, it may come with a challenge for us. So I used to get frustrated because every day I couldn't be the same person. And I look back now and see why. It's because it was familiar to me, and because that's who others wanted me to be. And when I wasn't that person, people thought something was wrong with me. So I started thinking that something was wrong with me as well, right? And I would go looking for that feeling of what's wrong with me. What is wrong with me mean? Why can't I be the same person every day? I mean, everyone else seems to be able to do it unless something all of a sudden occurs in their life and they're not that same person, right? Then it's okay, but it never made sense to me. Welcome to the channel. I'm Miss Kelly Travel Spiritual, and I'm so grateful to have you all here today, lovely soul. The message of today, and we're going to keep saying it, is open up and show the world your true self. It is okay to authentically be you. And I do have Pure Clarity Mindset intuitive readings available. You can book down below in the description area. There you will find the information in the different types of readings. Any other information, you can email me with the information down below of any questions that you have for further information on the readings. Okay. So growing up, I was taught that keeping it real means to be the same person each and every day. The name of real, the definition of real that I was getting the wrong understanding of from others who said that they were real was definitely not real at all. But that's what I thought. They'd be like, you're not keeping it real because I'm not being that same person every day. Or maybe I don't want to talk to you today. You feel me? I don't have to talk to you every day. And they feel some type of way. Oh, you choose such and such over me. Oh, you can't talk to me today. Oh, you want to act funny today. Oh, you antisocial today. All those things would come across because people felt that I needed to be who they wanted me to be, or I wasn't keeping it real. And over time, I began to realize how downgrading this really was. You know, people wanted me to be the same person to each one of them. Like the person that they had gotten used to, the person who made them happy, the person that was their scapegoat, the person they could come dump all their problems and all that stuff on, that person who would listen to them. Because just like you, we have that heart, and there is this part of us who's definitely so passionate about helping others, right? And when we don't understand who we truly are, or our gifts and our talents and our mission and our purpose and so forth here on this earth, then we will literally let people dump all their problems and pain and whatever all off on us. Like, let them vent to us, right? Let them pour all their stuff on us, and we literally sit there hours and hours and hours listening to them do this, right? Although if you give any advice, they don't take it. They just come back with the same problems. You give them a solution, they give you another problem. And it consistently kept coming back like this, to where I was getting drained and tired, and I would get frustrated, and I would just start cutting them off and treating them all kinds of way, you know, and doing things that I didn't know that were wrong, because I just didn't know how to be real and be like, hey, you're not keeping my advice. You're not taking my advice, right? And there were times I remember saying that you're not taking the advice. Why you keep coming back with the same stuff? Why you keep bringing back the same stuff to me if you're not taking any advice from me? I don't understand. I don't get it, right? And I started getting mad about it. So I did acknowledge it many times, but then I would get mad about it, right? And eventually just stop helping people, which many of you watched me for a while, you'll know that ended up blocking my gift. I didn't want to, when I had an awakening, I didn't want to help people, not at all, because of my experiences from the past and this story that I'm sharing right here with you today. Let me get you one card, lovely soul. It's so important to open up and be your real self, lovely soul. I heard today is a new day. One card, spirit, for these lovely souls here today. One card, one message. What is it that you want to share with these lovely souls today? I greatly appreciate you. What is it they need to know right now? Flow, lovely soul. You're getting guided that in your life, in many areas of your life. I'm hearing many signs. You'll be getting a lot of signs of flow. You might have been staring at water. You might notice yourself drinking a lot of water, feeling that connection to water. Like, look at water flows, right? You've been noticing something that reminds you of the word flow lately, because we are encouraging you to flow, lovely soul, and let yourself feel. Some of you are thinking way too much and getting caught up in your head, and you're beginning to overthink as well. Rejection. So there is this energy of rejection here for many of you. Take it how it resonates. I heard you were rejected from a project, from a family member, from a romantic love relationship, from your childhood, from your teacher. In many areas of your life, you might have experienced rejection, and it keeps showing up in your life. This is trying to show you that this rejection needs to be looked at. And I'm also hearing rejection is God's protection. It's really a redirection, right? Also, sometimes you may want something or someone who is not good for you, and you may feel rejected because that situation did not work out, but it was for your best. It was a blessing, lovely soul. Rejection from childhood is really keeping many of you here in the dark. You felt left out in the cold. You felt not wanted. This made you feel not enough. If you are wondering why you struggle with your worth, it is definitely going back into your childhood, not feeling enough because you were rejected. I'm also picking up you were rejected by your parents as a child. You wanted and still want love from them today. This is your message. The love that they didn't give you, we are encouraging you to give it to yourself, to love you and reparent you. And there's a message coming through for those of you who are parents now. If you want your children to be better than you, or to know the way, the conscious way of life, the awakening, the life of the truth is what I'm picking up, then reparent yourself and guide them the way, lovely soul. That's the trick. That's the way right there. So this rejection is blocking and stopping many of you from moving forward toward goals, tasks, and receiving accomplishments. And I'm also hearing new experiences. And I'm also hearing taking risks because you're afraid of being rejected. Someone was rejected from a job that they thought was gonna work out, but I'm hearing it fold. It didn't work out for you. I'm hearing because there is a better one coming for you. A better one than what you thought that place was. That place wasn't actually what you thought. It's not a place that will be good for your energy and for you, is what I'm picking up as well. I'm also seeing a mother, and she's pregnant. And I feel like she has 5 kids already. And this could happen any time in your life or now. And you felt rejected because of all the other children your mother had, and there was less attention on you. Other children were favored over you. You were the scapegoat. You were the black sheep. You were the one that stayed in trouble because you were rebellious. You go against the system, right? You go against what most people don't. And I just keep hearing you felt left out in the cold. And today, this is in the way in your life. It's really blocking you, which is stopping you from doing things. And I'm hearing from becoming your greatest version, from tapping into your highest potential. So there's a lot of messages coming through from rejection. I have been picking up rejection lately. So take that how it resonates to you, lovely soul. Let yourself heal so that you can recover, because there is a wish being granted, is what I'm picking up. And this key will, you have the key. I heard, okay, you have the key to someone. There's a key to motherly wounds and father wounds. Heal those, and it will set you free. you have the key to access this deep within you. And then it will open up a new door for you, is what I'm picking up. Look, discovery. And I'm picking up self-discovery. For some of you, this is what's in the way of discovering thyself, as well as it's red. This one's really drawn out to me being red. And it's really like down in survival mode. And I'm also picking up victim. In that area, those areas, if you feeling like a victim, if you feeling like you're just surviving here, do the work, do the inner work that is needed so that you can discover yourself and experience growth in your life. And I also heard for some of you, you're receiving heart chakra activation right now. Your heart is opening up, as you can also see in that picture. And for some of you, your heart is blocked because there is work that needs to be done in the root chakra, is what I'm picking up for you. Okay, so take how those messages resonate and leave out what doesn't. So when I would get quiet, people would think that something was wrong with me. Just because I was quiet for that moment or day, it was like they didn't know what to do without me being that person they wanted me to be. They would always be like, why are you so quiet today? As if it was a problem. And honestly, this part is pretty huge because this came along with me, as many other things did. And when I learned stillness, and when I learned how to be quiet and the power of silence, and also the power of like being quiet in a conversation, that you don't always have to say something back to other people, right? I mean, just because someone says, so you're having a conversation, somebody says something negative, you can always turn it around, you can flip the script, or you can just be quiet when you don't got nothing to say back. You don't have to make up something to say back and like create this small talk with people, right? And I grew up with a lot of small talk, a lot of superficial stuff, traditions and stuff like that. So I thought that it would be rude if I just got quiet and didn't say anything. And really, when I found out, is because I found out that people didn't like when I got quiet. So that was still within me that needed to be looked at. And that was why I struggled with silence on my journey. And once this has been discovered, then I realized it's okay to be silent. It's okay if you don't have anything to say back, right? Or if you don't want to say anything back, or if you just get quiet because someone's being negative, right? You don't have to participate in small talk, and you can get quiet anytime you want. It doesn't matter what other people think. So it was definitely tied to people pleasing, because growing up, people thought it was a problem when I got quiet, you know. And over time, this made me, I became very tired. I would be drained from energy a lot. I really looked unhealthy because I wasn't really taking care of myself. I was giving away my energy to everyone else. And this also made me feel fake because I didn't know how to be. And because it wasn't who I actually wanted to be, but I did it anyway to make everyone else happy, right? Because I didn't know no other way to be, because people didn't accept the real me, the parts of me that was corny and weird and goofy, and all those parts of me that I decided to hide from the world because they did not understand me. No matter where I went, people didn't get me. And I remember having those fake laughs, and I didn't like that. It felt so uncomfortable to laugh and be fake, right? And I had thought that this was all a part of like me being able to fit in, right? Although I knew I truly didn't and never would fit in. You know, I just created this character of myself being who everybody else wanted me to be just to fit in. And everybody loved me. And oh yeah, I became popular, this, that, and the other. But in the inside, I was destroying me. My inner world was like needed a lot of work. A lot of work needed to be done. I couldn't control what was going on in here. So I tried to control everything outside of me and everyone outside of me, because I couldn't control all these feelings that I had inside of me, right? It was just very, very, I remember living like that, just so heavy, right? And if you know my story, then health issues took over and I had an awakening and stuff like that, okay? But I thought I had to hide my weirdness and that because nobody understood it. So I thought I had to hide it, right? I didn't know that I could actually show it. I thought I had to hide it. I had to hide my weirdness. Nobody understood it or resonated with it. They didn't resonate with my strengths either. I was very strong. And I really didn't take no shit, yeah. And people thought I was crazy because I stood up for myself, to teachers, to my mother. I stood up everywhere for myself. And, I got told, you got a smart mouth. Why can't you be like everyone else? You are always causing problems. You always got something to say. But I just didn't understand how it was right for someone to feel that they can treat me how they wanted to treat me. I didn't care if it was an adult. How do you feel that you can treat me the way you're treating me? But what I'm feeling is like, that's not right. I don't feel that you're always right, nor do I feel that you have the right to treat me the way that you're treating me, as if I'm a bad person. All I'm trying to do is speak up for myself and let you know what happened in the situation, what occurred, or how I'm feeling. Like nobody would understand my feelings or care to hear what I was feeling inside of me and what I was going through. Again, a boiling pot just filling up inside of me, and I was just filled with so much anger because nobody understood me. No one seemed to want to, authority figures did not want to let me talk or be, right? And even when I had friends, nobody listened to me. I was the one who was there for everyone else, and I had nobody that would actually could be there for me. Maybe just a small few who really would listen and understand and hear me out. But that was it. Everybody else just brought all their problems to me, but nobody could be there for me when I needed it, right? And all that pain that I would carry inside of me because I felt resentment, right? I just felt so many different things because I just didn't get why people couldn't understand me, and why did I have to look like the bad person all the time, and why does everyone else seemingly they're perfect, but I'm just the bad person because I tend to speak up for myself, right? Because I stand my ground. I was really good at that. So people thought I was crazy because we were all programmed to be weak, right? So a lot of things that you may believe that is supportive of you and that may seem strong, it is not. I just want to share this with you. Like, check this out. So think about it like this. If you're hard, right? So let's just say like me, I used to act hard, right? So when I act hard, I had all these walls up around me. And so since all those walls are up around me, is that weak or strong? Or look, check this out. You let all the walls fall down and you open up no matter what, and you be vulnerable, because that is strength. You can see the difference in those two. Putting up walls to protect yourself and shut down, or open up and being vulnerable, showing who you truly are. You tell me which one looks like strength, right? Definitely not the walls being put up to protect yourself. That's just building a little cave to be in a little protective area for yourself, always expecting the worst, right? And receiving just that and living a miserable life. You want to know why? Because I've done that. I've lived like that, lovely soul. And that is no way to be. It is time I encourage you to open up and let yourself be and show the world the real you. I'm actually seeing a beautiful flower blossoming, blooming. And this is speaking to your spirit right now. These words coming out of my mouth. I didn't know how to be the same person every day. It was an act. I only knew how to be the person who felt the energy in the present moment. I wanted to be how I felt every day. But they thought that I was taught that, like, all these things I was taught, it's like made me confused to where like I couldn't be that person, right? It made me confused. I feel like I had to go back to what the program or what I was believing, right? And what others wanted me to do and how others wanted me to be, instead of like being how I felt. And when I did like feel, let's just say I woke up, I was going to go to school today and I was happy, I was hype, and I was crunk. I'm on a high horse. I'm feeling myself. Guess what happens next? People try to bring me down. This is what brought more confusion to me, right? People would try to bring me down or ask me, what you so happy for? There's nothing in the world to be so happy about right now. How are you so happy? Like they begin to like make it seem like a problem because I'm so happy. So it's like you can see that it is not worth trying to make people happy, because for one, that's something that we all have inside of ourselves, and it's a choice that we can actually just choose to be. It's a state of being, right? Something we can just choose to be happy, right? But it seems like when you're happy, people are positive and uplifting. It's like people feel offended about that because of what they feel inside of them, or maybe they don't feel that happiness instead of taking it on. Like some few would take it on, like yeah, and get crunk. Women like, you're making me so hype, right? But some would just try to bring me down. So it was a very few that I want to put out there that were different from others, and they were there for me, and I'm grateful for those lovely souls. People always wanted me to feel how they felt. So if they were down, they expect me to be down. If something happened in their lives, they expect me to go through it with them. Even though I never received that same energy. And I mean, all the time. I feel sad. Can you feel sad with me? I'm mad today. Can you be mad at me? Can you be mad too? I just heard like my boyfriend did this. I'm mad. Be mad with me. Like literally people would say that, right? Or if I was in sports and I was working out, I always go hard with what I do. Hey, can you run slow? And if I didn't, then, oh wow, you tried to shame us, or it's because you ran faster that we had to run harder. We got in trouble because you did this, right? It was always people wanting to blame me, of course, behind my back or through sarcasm. You feel me? Not all up in my face. You heard? It was always through some type of joke and stuff like that. I mean, of course, other people weren't able to keep it real themselves. So these are things that I've experienced that came through today for me to share with you. So if something happened in other people's life as well, like I said, they expect me to go through it with them. And I just want to touch base with that a little bit. It kind of feels like that when somebody's sad, you probably feel like you're supposed to be sad too, right? It's like, if you are not sad, because if you're happy while they're sad, then you may feel guilty because of what you've been taught. Let me know down below in the comment section how that resonates to you in your life and the clarity that's coming through. I'm also hearing that deep insight that you are receiving today. So everybody wanted everything for me, but nobody was giving that same energy in return, nor could they be there for me the way I was there for them, or not even did they even try, right? If I start talking, they brought their own problems in, they brought their own self in. It's just like, F me, forget what I'm talking about, right? So I just learned to be very strong over time, and I just didn't go to nobody for nothing. That may be some of you out there. You may feel that it's hard to ask for help or receive compliments, right? Or like to be there for so let's say ask for help, receive compliments. Those two are coming through right now. You may struggle with that because of what you experienced when you were a child. I did not want to ask for help at all because people always made an excuse. People came off fake. People couldn't keep it real. They would talk behind my back, right? Or they never could give me the help that I was needing, right? So therefore, I grew up never wanting to ask for help, right? So that may be something that you struggle with that I want to share with you as well today. And I felt like something else was coming through, but we'll just move forward. So I was also taught that being real meant to hide yourself, to act hard, to trust nobody, right? To take your wrongdoing to the grave. People used to be like, I'm taking what I did to the grave. Ain't nobody gonna know about it. I bet you they see now. Dark night of the soul. Ain't no hard note. Yeah. Keep it low key. Get over on others who I need, because they'll get over on others who are naive, because they need to be on their game anyway. They deserve what they get. Like, don't show your truth or tell the truth. Like, no snitching. Snitches get stitches. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Close down. Be secret. Hide your feelings. Act hard. Don't let nobody see how you really feeling, right? Because obviously, you probably heard many times, nobody cares how you feel. Or if you're in sports, like, keep how you feel behind the door and come into the room and dominate. I don't care what you got going on. Keep it outside the door. Like, dang, nobody really ever cared or seem to have cared, like, about how we feel and what we're going through, lovely soul. Because what you'll realize is many people only literally focus and like care about themselves in a really selfish way. And so you may have saw that growing up, so you may think that it's selfish to put yourself first when it's not. That's a whole different game, lovely soul, if you understand all the things that I just said today. When you put yourself first in a way that you have to put yourself first, is to fill up your cup, to take care of you. Do all the things you used to never do. Do all the things that you used to put on the back burner. Or do all the things that you never made enough time for because you gave your time to everybody else. And before you can give out, you want to give out from a full cup, from your heart space, right? So it's different. It's different than the selfish that you see others being, right? So now you can see the difference for those of you who are struggling with that right now today, with being yourself and feeling like it's selfish. I even put myself before my kids because I'm in a better space and I can be there better for them when I'm in that right space. You feel me? So it's not what you think. So I feel like I'm supposed to say, be mindful of your beliefs. Do check your beliefs, lovely soul. And I just want to say, like, all these things were actually straight ignorant. They were not real. They were all a lie. And I do want to give you this amazing, uplifting, channeled message as well. But before I do, let me give you an angel message and a cosmic message before we end this video. Thank you for sharing your valuable time here with me during story time, as we will say. Okay, thank you. Angels from the highest white light of divine loving light, the highest realms. One card for these lovely souls today. What is it they need to know most right now? Thank you. 222, balance, and trust yourself and be mindful of what you're thinking when you see 222, and know that you're in the right place at the right time. You're on the right path is what I'm feeling. Reconsider. Looks like Archangel Michael in the building. Reconsider. Let's go and to give you a deeper clarity over reconsidering what Archangel Michael is saying to you today. I actually pulled an Archangel Michael prayer the other day for the other video, I believe. There is an element of your plan that should be reevaluated. Take some time to really go through your project or proposal thoroughly. Share your intentions with a trusted friend or advisor who can give you objective feedback. Ask your angels for guidance. This is not the moment to make the change in your life that you are considering. A better time will come, or you'll realize that you wish to choose a different kind of transformation for yourself. So Archangel Michael says reconsider, and I'm actually feeling a lot of blue because you see it. So I'm definitely feel throat chakra. So this may be tied to your communication and speaking. You've probably been given the guidance to work more on your communication skills, to work more on responding, speaking, to work more on speaking how you feel, and more, lovely soul. I'm hearing get in tune with your feelings, journal them, write them down, start to understand them so you can let go of what needs to be let go of, especially old emotions from the past, emotions, energy, and motion that keep coming back that you may not understand, needs to be felt. Feel it to heal it. Choose a new direction. That's the other message that's coming through from the angels today. Choose a new direction. So take these two cards, how they're resonating to you, lovely soul, and let me go ahead and get here, what's this? This is from the message from the Cosmic Oracle card. So let's see. One card, Spirit, one card. Thank you for the message today. Thank you, Spirit. What is it that you want to share with these lovely souls today? I greatly appreciate you. I heard it's time for change. Positive change. Release negative things that are keeping you confined, stuck, trapped. Release fear that's keeping you stuck, trapped, and resisting. Stop procrastinating on what your heart desires. Take that how it resonates. Look around and find some signs. The universe is speaking to you. Check it out. And look, speak up and speak out. Let your voice be heard loud and clear. Baby, I told you I felt some throat chakra information, okay? Stay present. That's where life happens. Stay present. And when you find something that excites you, go all in and enjoy the ride, lovely soul. You are receiving these messages. Take them how they resonate to you today. And let me go ahead and say this one for you. Stop giving away your power right now. You heard? That tied together the whole message right now today. You feel me, lovely soul? So let me go ahead and tie it together with this message. Open yourself up and show the world the real you, not who you were taught to be or who you pretend to be, or not who you were taught to be or who you pretend to be. You may feel afraid of losing others if they saw the real you. Also, closing down is weak. It's a sign of being afraid to be hurt. That's why we have to open up. Look at our shit, and as we heal and do the work, we continue to open up more and more. And as we also learn and understand ourselves, which truly matters more than others understanding us, when we be authentic, we attract the right people to us. When we aren't authentic, we attract people we don't truly like or want in our lives. And I do want to add there, of course, you also attract people who help you see where you're not loving yourself at enough or what you need to work on as well in your lives. So in case you're curious of the types of people in your life right now and you want to know the truth if these people are for you, be yourself and let whatever happen and be okay with it, lovely soul. That's the message that I have here for you today. Thank you for sharing your valuable time here with me. Follow me on Instagram if you're an Instagrammer at Miss Kelly Travel Spirits. If you like this message and it's resonating with you, speaking to your spirit, hit that like button, baby, and share this video with anyone you want to share this video with so we can get these messages out to my lovely souls like yourself. If you open up to the real talk, baby, hit that subscribe button and that bell so you can come back and join us at Pure Clarity Mindset, because on this channel, we getting our mind right and keeping it right. You feel me? Peace, love, and light. One love. Come back to see me, though.